what do you do differently? What does an agent in France do differently to what an agent in the UK would do? How does the self-employed model work there with IAD, which is different to a standard high street estate agent here in the UK?
Well, I mean, one of the key differences is obviously self-employed working from home. So no high street offices, which I think are really an outdated thing now.
Yeah.
It's all about the digital presence, being online. I think having a self-employed agent means that you also have someone that lives, directly in your area. They are really dependent on building their reputation on their own image rather than being able to hide behind the brand of an agency. So I think when you're dealing with someone who perhaps lives in the same village or on the same street as you, they're going to make sure that they give you the best service possible because they're accountable to themselves.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the key differences.
And so now you're the influencer, sort of super agent and pioneer. You've got these amazing titles, by the way. Did you come up with?
Yeah.
No. So what's your role now? Because you're coming back here from. Why are you leaving beautiful France? You're coming back here.
I did 7 years there. When I left for France, I was actually planning on leaving agency behind. And it was sort of by default that I fell back into agency, thankfully with IAD. And I was pleasantly surprised that a French model changed my passion. It also reignited my passion for agency. So I was just really keen to bring it back to the UK, and I'm just 100% convinced that it's going to work. So I've moved back to make sure that happens.
And how do you make sure that happens? Because obviously, if this is a self-employed model, agents being on board with this is absolutely key, because obviously you've got your hub where you are,
Absolutely.
you know that market, but you want this to be national. So how are you going to make that happen?
I mean, one of the things about obviously an international model is there's always a slight risk that there's a sort of one size fits all approach. And I think the advantage of buying a company that is English and me being English but also experience of ID in another country means that I can sort of bring the best and then adapt to the anglicised needs that we have as well to make sure that it works for the agents here.
Because you need to get agents on board. Have you got some sponsors or something as well? I heard that there are ways in which people who aren't actually here as agents can put people forward to become your agent.
So we're going to have a number of agents coming from within the network. So people in our other countries, Portugal, Spain, Italy, Mexico, for example, who have agents that they want to sponsor from abroad in the UK. So that's going to give us, apart from the agents we've already acquired with you guys, it's going to give us another sort of bump up of agents. I've been focusing for the past year in preparation for this launch of working contacts, building people up, making sure they're aware of what we're doing. And again, we've got a number of people that are keen to sign up.